Hi, this is Stacy with Lily Bean Crafts by Stacy. Welcome back. And if it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. Well, I have been wanting to make a bee tumbler for quite a while now, and I have had this transparent vinyl that I got from Gracefully Created for a couple of weeks now, along with the element sheet that goes with it. And I've just been kind of stumped on what I wanted to make with it. So I was like, I'm just going to start rolling and see what I come up with. I had a whole bunch of different plans, and this is what I wound up with. So I am starting off with a 17-ounce sublimatable mason jar that I got from the Stainless Depot, and I'll link that in the description. And what's nice about it is it's already pretty much prepped. I did sand it a little bit just because I was going to be putting this vinyl on here. This vinyl, like I said, I got from Gracefully Created, and I will link it in the description. And I did get the transparent one because I wanted to have something sparkly underneath it. And then, like I said, I just wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I just put it directly onto this white base, and I cut it to fit exactly the size that I wanted it to be, and then I used the hinge method to apply it. And what's great about this is that you couldn't even tell where the seam was on it. And then I wanted to use this new mellow yellow glitter that I just got from Chase Ray Creations. It just came in their spring box that had so many beautiful different glitters inside of it. And this is the first one that caught my eye. So I took it outside and I spray painted it with my yellow spray paint that I got from Color Shot Spray Paints. And then I let it dry, and then I just used the glitter glue method using my little dollar store brush. And before that, I did put painter's tape around the honeycomb vinyl just so that it didn't get messed up, and around the rim as well. And then, like I said, I went in with my glitter glue, applied the mellow yellow, let it dry completely for 3 hours, and then now I'm going in here with another coat just to seal it all. And then I will go ahead and remove the tape so that we can see how this design is looking so far. And now that the glitter glue has dried, I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of epoxy on it. I did decide that I wanted to make the honeycomb sparkly. So the beautiful thing of having these white microfine glitters, this one is Grace from Chase Ray Creations. I'm just going to go ahead and apply it right to my 20 mLs of my fast set epoxy that I'm using here. And putting it right over the yellow, you can't even tell the difference with it, but it added that sparkle that I was originally going to go for with the honeycombs. And I went ahead and I let this dry for about 2.5 hours, and then I went in with another coat of just straight 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy, and I let that spin for 4 hours, and then I was ready to get on with the next step. And then my original plan was to keep the honeycomb as it was, and then where the yellow glitter is, I wanted to do a distressed crackle look. And I went forward and I did all the crackling. I spray painted it with like this honey colored yellow, and then I did a white crackle over it, and it looked absolutely awful. It did not go well at all. So I took all of the crackle off, all of the spray paint off, and then now I'm just going to go in with the elements and just apply the elements that I wanted to use directly to the glitter portion and the honeycomb. And I just kind of played with it in that way. And these elements are so great. You really don't need to add a lot with them. They are so vibrant that they just pop when you put them on any tumbler. It almost gives like a 3D effect. So I just started playing around with different elements that were on the sheet and kind of placing them how I wanted to be, and they are removable, and I did have to remove one of them or two of them just to get everything that I wanted on there to fit. And then once I had that all done, then I was like, what else can I do to give it a little bit more of a 3D effect? Then I decided to take some of my champagne textured vinyl and make some honeycombs to just go ahead and put and make kind of a 3D effect. So I did find a couple of clusters of honeycombs that I found right on my Cricut. And then I also found just the shape that I could use for the honeycombs on the shapes portion of my Cricut. And then I just created offsets at a 0.035 and used that to just cut out some outlines for myself to kind of place wherever I felt like having a little bit of extra texture. And if you have a Cricut and you don't know how to make offsets, or if you don't know how to make outlines, just leave a comment for me and I would be happy to make a video showing exactly how I do all the kind of behind the scenes stuff that I spare you guys having to see. Now that I have them all trimmed, I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of packing tape, because that is what I have learned works the best for playing around with texture vinyls. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of start placing pieces all around the tumbler. This is really good because I can kind of move them as I need be. Like I said, going into this, I didn't really have any plan whatsoever, and the plan I did have didn't work out. So now I'm just kind of just playing around with it and just kind of seeing where I want it to be. And I finally, after a few minutes, get everything placed exactly the way that I wanted it to be. And now that I have them all set, I'm going to go in with my final coats of epoxy. So I am going in with 10 mLs of my fast set epoxy. I'm going to go ahead and let it spin for 4 hours, make sure it's completely dry. sand it down really good, and then I'm going to go in with another 10 mLs of my Flynn Sisters Artist Cure resin for me to get that final awesome shine. That is what pops so much when I take my pictures when I'm done with these tumblers. And I'm just going to go ahead and let that spin for 8 to 10 hours, and then it will be all done. It totally went in a different direction than what I was planning on having it be, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And this is just sometimes how it goes. Trust the process, keep trying new things, and um, just keep playing around with it, and you'll eventually get something that you really, really like. And here is the final product. It is super shiny, such a pretty color. That mellow yellow glitter is just so beautiful. I'm so glad that I got it. Everything just pops on this, and it just turned out so good. And if you like this tutorial, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see everybody again next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.